They ripped off my idea, Ali. Go back
We
to
need to talk
episode
about it.
about 10 of this podcast, and I pitched an idea which was Strictly Come Dancing for celebrities doing stand-up. Channel 4, you've clearly been listening because you've ripped me off once again. Okay, not the first time I've been ripped off by a major corporation, and
It won't be the last, hopefully.
No.
What? So yeah. Let's talk about it. This is what do we think? The idea is that how is it working? I didn't even read it. How's it working? They're having like a 12-week boot camp thing.
Yeah, kind of. They're going to learn how to do stand. I would love to know who the teachers are. They're going to rope in some interesting characters.
Yeah.
Like I hope they get some people like Mike Gunn or something to teach him. Like they probably went through who's doing a stand-up course and just hired him. It's like Hills Jago, Mike Gunn, and like
shouting at Roman Kemp for not holding the microphone
properly. Roman, come on. Get some real war vets of the stand-up circuit.
Oh God, yeah, that would be funny. I mean, yeah. So part of me, when I saw this, right, my first thought was, bloody hell, that's Tom's idea. I hope he's not getting paid a single penny for it. My first idea. First thought. Second thought was, maybe this would be good because it at least makes stand-up more a big deal for the average person.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you exactly why it won't be good. Okay, because for us anyway, because all that will mean is some of those people, including Roman Kemp, who actually is quite an entertaining guy and is very good at impressions. If I'm perfectly honest, he's absolutely nails them. Like can do people like Spot. Will be successful. Will be very successful, especially if they team them up with writers and like good people. And he will be a successful stand-up, and then he will be a success. And I guarantee you, he will be taking none of us on tour with him to open, or when he gets a sitcom, he'll be putting none of us in it. And all it will mean that there'll be a lot of people who are not doing stand-up right now instantly become famous stand-ups. That's what
you reckon. But I don't know, because it's a craft, isn't it? They've got to keep doing it. Like the people who do Strictly Come Dancing,
but then I also think we put too much emphasis on like good stand-up, and I feel like if you've got some tools to you, I feel like if they put you with enough writers and enough people and gave you enough warm-up gigs, you could probably scrap together 40 minutes in not too long a time.
Yeah, and then he goes on tour, whatever, does that, but he's not, I just, maybe he's taking some club spots and stuff, but it's about, will these people be bothered? Will they be bothered to go out 4 to 7 times a week and do it?
Everyone, if you have no skills, but you're big on the internet with a lot of following.
Roman Kemp's got his own show on radio, hasn't he?
I know, but what can he do live? Nothing. But what can you?
But he hosts shit, doesn't he? He does host live stuff.
Mate, if you need to go on tour and you need to sell 1,000 tickets, seat tickets, because he could probably do 1,000 seat theaters, right? Yeah. You need to do that, and you can't sing and you can't dance. What's the next best thing?
Like us.
Yeah. What's the next best thing? Stand up. Anyone can do it. And I'm telling you, that's the way it's going to go. You already saw her. That I don't actually begrudge her. I think she was actually pretty funny and entertaining. But we saw it with the girl from I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah, my mates went to see her actually.
Charlotte Hinchcliffe, doing big rooms, 1,000 seats probably. Mm-hmm. I don't know, in and around.
She's doing Clapham Grand. So
yeah, big rooms, big venues. And selling them out, and she could do it live. She probably made a fortune.
Yeah, but then she's not going into our audience, is she? Really?
Well, what's our audience? It's just one of them, isn't it?
I don't think people who religiously watch I'm a Celeb would come to watch me. To be honest, maybe I'm wrong.
But it's like if you wanted to
reality TV fans don't generally. I don't think they're.
But like the fundamentals are, there are only so many people in this country, and when you become really successful, the crossover, if you wanted to be a really big comedian, like a bit like, let's say, the sort of Russell Howard-y comedian, then of course you need to appeal to lots of people.
I liked Chortle's headline, which was something
Chortle like Chortle will hate this. This is everything that Chortle
yes, they do, and they're like, reality TV stars coming for what's left of the comedy circuit. They hate it completely. But the thing is, it's
He's
longevity though. Comedy's longevity.
Mm.
You can't do it like if you go and do it for a year or two, that's fun. But you've got to keep working on it and keep busting out new material. And like, yeah, you can have writers and stuff, but people like Jack White or Michael McIntyre, fundamentally, even though they're not writing all their own stuff, they are committed to just doing it, to just fucking going up there and doing the material. And we see them at the clubs doing 2-3 shows a night when they're about to go on tour, as well as all their other projects. Will these people be asked? Because I don't know, they must have had chats with their agents before about doing stand-up and stuff. So.
Yeah.
What it needs to be though, it needs to not be a 12-week show. It needs to be a 4-year show. Watching them go to all the open mic shitness where no one is there. They're one of 17 comics.
You know what I would have done, and this is what I would have actually done if they were doing the 12 weeks. They all do a different. They all should have to play different gigs and do different types of stand up. But they should do like a bit like X Factor, where it's brutal. Right, week one person doesn't make it. Send them all to the Gong Show at the Comedy Store.
Whoever gets the lowest time.
Rile up that audience and be like, yeah, we got a load of celebrities going to come out and
try and do this. Yeah, show you
give them a really hard time, and then send them out there and have people shout, "Go kill yourself" at them and stuff, because that's what they want shouted at me. And you know that's that's what they need to do. That is honestly what they need to do.
That could be episode 1. I mean, I'm sure the Channel 4 producers are listening to this, and they know what they. But that could be if you give them 1 week, so they're like, right, 1 week, try and teach you the basics.
Yeah, and then send them out.
Gigs, but then you got 5 Monday
murder, just like get the fuck off. That will sort the week from the herd.
That would be good. I don't know. Do you know who else is going on it? They've only just been throwing Roman Kemp around on the.
Yeah, Roman. I think there's a few others knocking about names. I think wasn't Jamie Lang on there. I don't know.
Well, he does anyway. Apparently, I mean, those Made in Chelsea lot. It does irk me a bit because of how because stand-up's supposed to be sort of no barriers to entry in that anyone can sign up and go up and do it. And that's why you're supposed to be a sort of people's champion, because you put yourself out there, you risk all the failure at the start. But it is in danger of turning into some sort of celebrity chat along where you just get people. And because we know you just get people who already have 1 million followers, and they get very successful comedy writers who no one at home has ever heard of, but we know are excellent comedians, to write them some jokes, and they go up and they learn it like a script and they go and perform it to people who already know who they are and already like them, and that's that, and that's the end of it. And I'm worried. That does worry me that people think that's what stand-up is. It's about seeing someone you already know tell stories about their life.
What you need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is you need to graph the circuit for about 3 and a bit years and do all the shit Edinburghs and do everything, and then get famous on TikTok. That is the platform, okay, ladies and gentlemen.
They all just like his dad did it, and his dad before him, they all did it that way. This is the Elwes official family method.
No, they will struggle, and fundamentally, that's it. For as much as we give each other flack, we have actually been doing this for years, and we can do this. If we were told to get on a stage now and entertain people, we could do it without too much stress. Whereas if you try to lob those celebs on and we're do something, they're gonna struggle. But I guess that's where the writers comes in.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how it's gonna be. Will you watch it? Are you gonna watch it?
Oh yeah, but it'd be a hate watch. It'd be me and Chortle hate watching along like Eurovision. Just.
What if it's really good? What if they're all right? I don't know. But the thing is, that's what I like about comedy.
Wouldn't it be amazing if that was it? It was what if it's really good, and actually then the platform for becoming a big comedian was it was already famous comedians or who had been heard of. It was a bit like I'm a Celeb, had to go on that show to prove it and come full circle.
Yeah. Then it's I did Live at the Apollo in 2012. Yeah. I haven't been around for a long time. 2022, I'm doing a reality show. I'm a comedian.
I'm a comedian. Yeah, I'm a comedian. Please don't boo me. That's
I mean, maybe it'll be like that. But I think maybe, as my initial thought, maybe it will bring stand up, because a lot of stand up comedy on TV is not that well watched. So maybe this will mean people want to go out and see live comedy a bit more.
Possibly. But I think what also may be interesting is I'd like to, if it is a 12-week thing, they're going to have writers, because there's no way those celebs are going to be able to write a new 5 minutes, because I'm assuming they have to do maybe like a couple minutes each at least.
They have to do the Amuse Moose showcase.
Yeah.
Sanctum. In the Sanctum. That's in Soho. At the end, to industry people.
Industry
Actual
industry. They're here. No, but it will be very interesting to see if what like if it's a 12-week thing, because it's not like learning a dance. Like, to actually create, I couldn't write a good 5 minutes every week. Not a chance in hell.
Never written one.
Yeah, exactly. It's been 3 years. Like, that would be like impossible. I think that'd be difficult for virtually any comic. So we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know what it's going to do, but you'll be watching Hatefully, so that then we'll find out. We'll see how it is. I mean, maybe it'll just put them all off it. I mean, they tried it. Did you ever watch Show Me the Funny?
No.
They tried a stand-up reality show on that. So there was some people who've gone on to the comments. So it was back in like 2009 or 2010 or something. What's it? Manford, Jason Manford hosted it, and they had Kate Copstick and the guy from QI. What's his name? Jonathan Davies.
Yeah,
they were regulars, and then they were the judges, and then they'd have a guest judge every week. But they had, who was in it was Patrick Monahan won it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then what's her name? She's got a really tough name to spell. It's like Roisin something or other. She came third, and Stuart Goldsmith was in it, and Ellie Taylor was in it.
But like,
so they only had one season, and then it cancelled because it wasn't popular.
And surely they're all they were stand-ups before. It's not like
that was the premise. Yeah. The premise was it was 10 stand-ups, existing stand-up comedians who are working, but it was the win. What Patrick Monahan was like a DVD release and like a tour that was paid for, something like that.
Right.
I mean, obviously the exposure of being on the show, and every week they had to go to a different area of the UK and do like a tough gig, and it all had to be new material. So they spend the week going around learning the town and meeting people, and then they'd have to do a gig, and then whoever won got to decide the running order for next week, which now looking back as a comedian, I'm like, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because they would just do their mates in and they'd always put themselves like closing the first section or something. And then they just put like some shit weaker person at the start.
But like that kind of show it sounds great for us because it's quite technical with stand up, but the reason that I think the Channel 4 one will be more success is just because it's celebs and proper celebs.
And you can tell, you can see the scenes already that it's going to be like Roman Kemp having had a tough gig. Like, I just didn't realize it was going to be this hard, I thought like, it was just going to be a laugh, and I did, and then consoling. And then next week, after a difficult week last week, Roman has really put himself to the writing task. Yeah. I've realised that I just can't go on and wing it. I've got to
montage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you see him getting applauded next week, and it's like, and his coach is really happy for him and shit.
I think also the if they bomb as well and they do shit, it'll be good, and like people will like it. It'll be entertaining. Like people will be like, "Oh god, it's so like cringe." Yeah, no, but like as in, you'll love it if you've got like I don't know who the hell's going to be on it. Someone from EastEnders just like bombing, like everyone will love it.
What I want is a real career ruiner. I want someone to go up and
say something really obscene and racist. That would be so good.
I was with Chinese the other day, and you never guess what he said.
Just some old guy doing like, I'm going to do real comedy. I'll be telling it how it is, and it's just...
and there's like producers like, don't do it.
Mate, all I'm saying is they should get us as writers in for someone, and we'll just let them sink their own ship. Just be like, oh, do you reckon I should say that? Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. So I had this observation, right? Because women, you know they have this problem.
Yeah.
And it's so, and they'll just be like, yeah, great, run with it.
Keep going. More. More.
So anyway, the thing is, because she's been a real bitch. Yeah, say that word on the thing as well. Yeah. I'd so happily do that. I'll do that free of charge, Channel 4. If you're listening, which you are, I'll do that free of charge.